Tasmat, therefore, vayam, we, Dhartarashtra Swabandhavan Hantum na arha. We are not supposed to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra. Why? Swajanam, our own people. Katam hatva, having killed whom? Katam sukhina, how can we be happy? Hey Madhava. How can we have killed our own people and be happy? So from the standpoint of Arjuna, is no more their enemies. From the standpoint of Kauravas, they don't care. Pandavas have to be killed and destroyed. But Arjuna became a sensitive individual. A person who has that sensitivity to realize that by killing our own people, we are not going to get a single day of happiness. So therefore, knowingly, why should we make a mistake? Here is where Gita becomes an internal guide. Our Gurudev always said that Gita should not be read like a literature. It should be read like a scripture. What's the difference? A literature is about a historical situation or a fiction. But a scripture is not a fiction nor an historical literature, historical book. It is a book of life that teaches you in every word. Now when you look at this Gita as a scripture, it is teaching us about our own self. If you consider your thoughts of varied nature, negative thoughts like anger, lust, passion, etc. The positive ones like compassion, tolerance, forgiveness, etc. These two of them are there simultaneously in our personality. Is it not true? Most of the times, we are easily influenced by negativities. We can be provoked easily. If somebody says something which we don't like, somebody criticizes, ridicules us, we don't like, we get angry, we get upset, we get agitated. And that's why it's called provocation. At the same time, when you come to a temple or a gathering of this kind, and when you start doing the prayer, what you're doing is invocation. What's the difference? Provocation and invocation. Provocation is, provoking is what easily you are influenced by. He provoked my anger. She provoked my jealousy. That provoked my greed. Most of us live in the superficial nature of our personality, which is filled with these kind of negativities. Why? Because around us, that's what we see. Open the TV, open your web, open any newspaper. What do you see here? Violence there, criminal thing there, murder, destruction, violence. Is there any newspaper that talks about somebody loved somebody? Everybody was good. All are happy. Then nobody will buy that. It has to be about Crime News Network. Oh, sorry, CNN. It's all about crime. It's all about murder. It's all about violence. Because that is what we see around us all the time. Whereas it is not true that we are of that nature only. We do have value for love, tolerance, compassion, consideration. And that is there pretty much within us, and therefore wherever we see such expression of compassion, expression of friendliness, expression of tolerance, we notice it. But the problem is, we can't practice it. Why? There's no opportunity, you may say. Not we are able to see such kind of people around us. And when we are in their company, or when we consciously invoke it, that's what it's called, invoking. These are deep down there within us, we have to invoke. So, a consciously living person is one who is aware of both the negativities in us as well as the rare few, a small bunch of goodness. And the war is always on. In a conscious person. In you and I, we don't even know. That's why it is said, Jnanino Nitya Vairina. A men of knowledge are those who are aware of this war that is going on within. And every occasion when anger comes, they replace it with love. When intolerance comes, they replace it with compassion. When jealousy comes, they invoke tolerance, acceptance. So this war is all the time. We not visibly cannot be seen. Arjuna fails to see the purpose and the strength of the goodness, which has to win over the negativities. And so when Krishna brought the chariot right in front of Drona and Bhishma, he wanted to test whether Arjuna is here knowing that we are fighting the war for dharma and not for personal vengeance. Then there is no difference between Karna and Duryodhana in Arjuna. He didn't want to support Arjuna for his personal vendetta. But then Arjuna, like any one of us, are unable to comprehend the purpose. And when he realized that the war is inevitable, that I have to fight this war because I am standing for that only, he collapses. The greed takes over. Therefore, he asked for the guidance from Krishna. We see the next verse. Karpanya dosho vahata swabhavaha. Karpanya dosho vahata swabhavaha. Prichami tvam dharma sammuda chetaha. Prichami tvam dharma sammuda chetaha. Yashreyasyan nischitam bruhitan me. Shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. Shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. Swabhavaha karpanya doshaha apahataha. I am overwhelmed. My nature of a Kshatriya, Swabhava, is apahataha, is taken over by what? Karpanya dosha, self-pity. Why am I like this? This is the first cause for depression. Gurudev writes in his commentary, the analysis of depression here. Don't we ask sometime when things are not doing well with us, I am depressed. Even the 3-4-year-old are nowadays saying, don't talk of anybody else. They have heard from their own parents. I am stressed. 4-year-old. I am stressed. We never heard that word when we were growing up. Stressed? I was in one program where I was asked to speak on success without stress. That was my topic. And the person who was organizing single-handedly was pulling the chair, putting that here, and then arranging it there, and then putting the mic on, and all those things. And that's the same person who was supposed to introduce me also. I think he wants to do everything by himself without delegating. Some people are good in delegating, but some people are not. They want to do everything by themselves. So then, he was finishing all that and he was sweating all over and came to the mic. Okay, now. Swami, thanks for that. Here we have presently Swami Ishwarananda. We like his suspicious presence. He's written down everything, but things instead of auspicious, he's reading something. I felt like going under the table and wait for it. And today Swamiji is going to speak about stress without success. I said, my dear, just sit down. I know what I'm going to talk about. Don't stress them out. So stress is, we never heard this word stress or depression. And today it's so common. And unfortunately in this country, 70% of the drugs are for depression. And Krishna has analyzed the nature of depression in the Gita itself. Depression is caused by self-pity. Why am I? Nobody wants me. Nobody cares for me. I am good for nothing. I am a curse. I am an unfortunate existence. Goes on and on and on and on. Simbalta can help you. You know, I'm not taking it, but it's a nice story. They say the Simbalta, depression medicine, that can help you. But then immediately there's fine letters they write. If you eat this, don't drive the car. Drive the car, you will not be able to stop. If you stand, you cannot sit. If you sit, you cannot stand. And you will get a heart attack. You may get, probably you can lose your breathing and stomach pain and brain damage, everything. But Simbalta can help. They want to make sure that they are safe. Every just drug has got side effects. And the drug is not the solution, long-term solution. So Arjuna was in such a condition where he was incapable of seeing the situation objectively. He only saw, my own people I am going to kill. This, and I am going to be blamed forever for doing this. Therefore, my Kshatriya Swabhava, which is always ready to fight for the right cause, is overwhelmed. Kripana, self-pity. Karpanya, state of Kripana. That is dosha, defect. Karpanya dosha abhata swabhava. Therefore, aham prichami. I ask you. What am I asking you? Tvam prichami. I am asking you because I am presently confused about what is dharma. Dharma sammuda chetaka aham. Chetas, the mind. Dharma sammuda chetaha. Aham dharma sammuda chetaha. Now, I told you about the word dharma. Dharma is a very, very deep word. One meaning is, as I began today, the nature of a thing is dharma. Like fire is hot. It is the dharma of the fire to be hot. It cannot be otherwise. Sugar is sweet. Can it change it? A Gujarati dal is sweet. No matter what. It cannot be otherwise. The sugar, if you put, and you expect it to be salty, how is it? So one person said, my house has a lot of ants, and all of them going towards the sugar bottle. So I decided to do one thing. What? Outside I put a label, salt, so that the ant won't go there. Ants reads the label, oh, it's salt. Ants don't read and go. They go by the taste. So if it is sweet, it doesn't matter wherever you keep it. So that's a nature, that is dharma. So one meaning of dharma is nature of a thing. Another meaning of dharma is a responsibility. A duty which you are and you alone can take it up. Nobody else can do that. Swadharma. And this is an elaborate subject matter, and therefore there are dharma shastras are there. What is the duty and responsibility of a householder? as a husband, as a wife, as a parent? What is your responsibility? Which you cannot transfer to somebody else. For example, if you are going out of town and you tell your neighbor for 1 or 2 days, become my wife's husband. Can you do that? Is it a transferable set of things? That you alone has to suffer. Sorry, you alone have to you alone have to do it. Nobody else can. So dharma of a householder is not transferable. So this is unavoidable, or it is something which you alone can do it. And so also the dharma or the responsibilities of a doctor, the responsibilities of a lawyer, the responsibilities of a policeman. Based upon the job, based upon the situation, based upon the stage of your life, a brahmachari stage of life where he has to, his dharma is to study. A householder, dharma of take care of family by earning. Dharma of a sannyasi, dharma of a vanaprastha. So this is an elaborate subject matter. Now, the question that Arjuna has is, in the battlefield here, what is my dharma? To take care of my people by not killing, or take care of the situation where righteousness has to win by killing others. What is my dharma? Now Krishna has to explain this to him, and for which alone Krishna made him come to the middle of the battle. Aham te shishyaha. Arjuna says, I am your disciple. Tvam prapannam, surrendered to you. Yes shreyahasya, what is the right thing? Nishchitam bruhi, tell me for sure. Shadi ma, mujhe shadi karo. Nahin, shadi ma means instruct me. Don't Hindi mein, don't change it. I am your disciple. You tell me what is right for sure. I have surrendered to you. Instruct me. So as I said in the Kathopanishad, it is the buddhi informed one now has to take the role of a teacher. Buddhim tu saratim buddhi, the driver, the Krishna there. Now when he has surrendered as a disciple, he has to take the role of a guru now. Because without the guru, there cannot be a disciple. Without the disciple, there cannot be a guru as well. And nowadays everybody calls themselves as sad guru, not sad guru, sad guru, or Paramahamsa, whatever name they want. Nobody needs to give. One fellow said, Jagat Guru Gadabadana, that is his name. Jagat Guru Gadabadana? How did you become Jagat Guru? I had only one disciple, his name is Jagat. Uska Guru mein, Jagat Guru. The very word Guru means one who removes the darkness of ignorance from you, not making money out of it. One who removes the pain of suffering of ignorance by teaching. And here the teaching means making you solve your own problems. And Gurudev always would say,